And the Heat cracked the century mark. Beal, baseline, pretty.
Been out of it, mentioned before. Record 2-5, so 7 games they've played where the score's been decided by 4 points or less, and then that doesn't include 2 overtime games that were decided by 5 points. So yeah.
You know who the other ones are.
Well, I played against one set of teammates, the Van Arsdales.
Thanks.
They don't need to get personal now.
Yeah, you'll have to tell everybody's story.
(52-44) Wizards. Vesely on a handoff. Temple the pull-up.
Part of a 7-0 Piston run in the last minute and a half. The Pistons were down 5. Now they lead by 2. That's John Wall with the drive, and
trailed by 10 points, but made a nice comeback, led by the bench. Martell Webster back in for Washington. Wall drives for Beal. Pass underneath for Nene. Houghton, as a senior, was their leading scorer. Graduated with a degree in Soviet studies. And after graduation, served his 5-year military commitment.
Well, he has a size advantage. They've been trying to post him up. That time they finally got him the ball.
Down low for Nene, who's back in. Makes a move inside. Wizards by 6. Into the corner, Ariza receives the pass. Underway here in the third. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier, Chris Miller. Washington led by 5 at the end of the first quarter. Nene last night had 21 points against Oklahoma City. Wizards bench has come to play tonight. 17 points so far. Nene is fouled.
Recipient of some of his good dishes. He played very well the other night. Didn't play a lot of minutes, Clyde, but in the Pistons game, he had a good performance. Still not playing major minutes. Still limited restriction.
They failed to reach 80 points in a game. The bad news was they scored 77. The good news was they held New Orleans to 70.
Yeah, and like you said, 10 points in that fourth quarter. I thought in the second half their defense really whittled away at this little by little. Boy, that was supposed to.
Backcourt.
Yes.
Wizards opened up a big lead on Milwaukee here. They did the same thing to Utah.
Sometimes it seems a little dark and dreary, but as we said, this is the time you really have to dig down deep and fight through it.
Chris Miller, your thoughts?
Well, it was interesting after.
long Bob.
5 tonight, along with 6 points. Martin and Wall both with 14 points for the Wizards. Webster has 10. Cartier's already got 5 assists. Cartier Martin coming off a career high, tough shot. He'll go to the line.
Number 15, Jordan Crawford. And off your Cavaliers.
Another deflection.
Played 20 games. San Antonio back on top by 2. 95-94 was the score out there. Tyreek Evans, DeMarcus Cousins, John Salmons each had 21 points, even though the Wizards were up by as many as 11 late in that.
Coach, good luck second half. And you saw that Bob Thornton and Rob Fisher and also head coach Lionel Hollins wearing red ties today. I got a red tie on today because today is National Wear Red Day. Awareness for heart disease. It's the #1 killer of women.
Possession for Washington. Up 6. Beal off a screen, dumps it under the Nene. Great
timeout.
He's done it with energy And he's helped fuel a Piston fast break that is producing 11 points already. That's unheard of.
Out of the time.
Come in, #1 in the league in scoring.
Lakers had lost 4 straight games. The last time that happened, in fact, the last time they had a 5-game losing streak was the season 4th straight. Horford tonight with 12 and 12. Good pass underneath.
Final 2 games of the season. Nets will host Detroit on Wednesday night. Officiating crew: Danny Crawford, John Goebel, Scott Twit.
These guys retire. What kind of team will they have? Will they be able to pluck some of these guys out and develop, maintain that level of winning? Maybe not.
Had taken a 1-point lead, but Golden State on a 9-2 run, and they're back up by 6. Nice play.
Offensive. Guys, it was interesting listening to former Wizards coach Flip Saunders today. He said maybe, jump the game up a little bit, go to a zone defense, because right now, defensively, these guys are just not getting it done. Your thoughts?
Running the soda stand.
Anything.
Yeah.
We are excited to see what happens, Phil. It was an interesting preseason. Here's Trevor Ariza, and he's got the 1-0 in the final 57 seconds of that first half to tie this game at 49. Steve Buckhantz with Phil Chenier and our Comcast Sportsnet crew.
First season with the Bullets coming from Milwaukee. He was a key player, allowed Kevin Greavy to move to the shooting guard spot. He was a huge spark for the Bullets to make that run. And if you talk about today's Wizards team and what they need going forward.
That's such a mature attitude. Michael Lee, excuse me. That's such a mature attitude to take. Obviously, you're upset when you get ejected.
Okafor backing in on Davis. He's held. Yep. Still bothered by the plantar fasciitis, and Wall still, well, at least a couple, possibly 3 weeks away. Crawford drives in the paint, had a
5 minutes in that first quarter, so I'm going to say no, it will not be a factor. But yeah, if it goes maybe to double overtime, sure, why not? But not for the full 48.
Again, we want to hear what you have to say. Again, follow us on Twitter at
Favor.
Absolutely. Washington wins the tip, and we're in overtime. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier, Chris Miller, as the Wizards try desperately after that heartbreaking loss in Atlanta.
Three-point range just under 44%.
22 for him. Seraphin turnaround. 7-point lead.
The thing I like about Kim English, when he comes out on the floor, he just does what he does, George. He's not deferring. If the shot is there, he's taking it. He has confidence.
For Philadelphia, the Wizards have 12.
You wouldn't think that to be the case. We talked about the keys being Washington going in. I think the officials have that little purple band that they're wearing in memory of him.
Have been wearing it all season, in fact. Here's Beal off the screen. Cover the threes.
You got it. Fine shooters.
Good guess.
You have got to stop their penetration, though, guys. That is the difficult task right there. He said offensively, we've got to win our individual.
About, playing the way this team has been playing. Also, I think, they've been playing so well now.
And the rookie, Bradley Beal from Florida. Inside, Seraphin. Needs some help. Now Singleton. Beal back to Seraphin.
Back in the game for Washington, along with Crawford. Barron, Singleton, and Martell Webster. Here's Webster baseline. 6 to shoot. Back it in. Turns and lays it in.
Orlando's given up 15 offensive rebounds to Washington. So second opportunities have been there, but it's been a one-man scoring game. John Wall with 20.
It was a very close game, 1 or 2 point game, and then they just gradually pulled away in that second half.
Bonner's come off the bench to hit a couple of shots. Cartier
Way, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Buck and Phil's alma maters were both in the tournament.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
But they will be watching like the rest of us in the second and third weekends, gentlemen.
Well, your alma mater.
First, and that's what the scouting report says on him. He's a drive first kind of guard. He can also shoot the outside shot. He's been having some tremendous success.
Martell Webb. I say at least 5 more wins.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he is going to have an impact not only just with the overall personal production, but the production of
on starting with the Colts game and then ending up with the World Championship.
It's an amazing journey. I think you could write a movie on this thing, you know, and I think it's a testament to the players, the coaches, and we got it done.
Gorman along with Tom Heinsohn, Kyle Draper on the sidelines tonight. Celts open the quarter with Garnett, Bass, Green, Terry, and
still no word on how much longer John Wall will be before he's allowed to practice. Nene played 8 minutes and 27 seconds in that. Singleton with Livingston, Beal, Vesely, and Earl Barron for the Wizards. Here's Bradley Beal. Draws contact.
This has been able to maintain with their field goal shooting. Man, unbelievable.
Oh. Well, you know what? We saw him. We had him on the air with us a couple of times last year. He looks fantastic.
Yeah, he looks in great shape. He says he runs every day.
Here's Sean Livingston. 24 points for him. 7 of 10 from the field. 10 of 10 from the free throw line. Beal for Singleton. Tough shot by Chris. Wednesday, 101-100. Then dropping the double overtime decision to the Bobcats Saturday evening, 108-106. In both those games, neither team statistics.
Yeah, not a good start. Washington outplayed in each one of the hustle points in just about every category.
Cartier Martin, excuse me, Phil.
And Washington forcing turnovers again. They have a total of 18 turnovers the Pacers do. Washington capitalizing on that.
Beal off a screen. Little bit short.
He has been as good as any point guard in the league in some of those areas in terms of scoring and assisting.
There's a read.
And they've got some deflections and got a couple of steals.
So Wall had the 10 in the first quarter. Cartier Martin. Play by him.
He's been very active. We showed you the last 2 games, coming up with 8 and 6 rebounds.
Shot 54% from the field and hit on 63% of their shots in the fourth quarter. They were 12 of 19 in that quarter.
This team is one of the top teams in the